Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy AD the Barber. I'm back again with another tutorial today, showing you guys how to do a high ball taper using your detachable clipper blades. So for this video, I'm going to be using my Andis BGRC again. These are the same clippers I used in the first video I did, showing you guys how to fade with detachable clipper blades. Other detachable clippers are like the Oster 76s that are very popular, the Wall Rapid Fires. There's a lot of different detachable clippers out there, so just find which one you're comfortable with. So the first thing I'm gonna do to start out, as always, is prep my client's hair. Want to get it brushed down real nice so you can see what you're working with. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Andis Masters actually, and I'm gonna use my #1 guard, and I'm just gonna even out the hair going with the grain. So I'm really not gonna be taking that much hair off. I want to still keep it dark on top. And this hair wasn't really that long, it was just a little patchy, so I just wanted to even it out with that. So when you're cutting waves with the grain of the hair, it can be really easy to create patches. So what you want to do is not use a lot of pressure, and you just want to kind of glide across the top of the hair and get it as even as you possibly can. And as you can see here, I'm just working my comb. When I'm cutting down hair, I always want to use a comb or a brush and really knock out all that loose hair that you've already cut so you can keep it out of your way. Now up here right around the crown, the hair can change direction a lot, so you really want to be careful. Make sure you're cutting hair in the right direction, going with the grain of the hair so you don't gap the client. And you can see as I move around the back of the head that I'm starting to change directions, making sure that I'm continuing to cut with the grain of the hair. So now that you got a nice even cut, you can go ahead and grab your detachable clippers, take your 5/0 blade or your 5/0, and go ahead and create your first guideline. And I like to go from about the top of the ear to the bottom of his box where his lining starts. So after I go with my 5/0, I'm gonna move to my 000, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same process, keeping my clippers flush to the head and just starting to knock out that 5/0 guideline. And with tapers, we don't have as much space to fade as we do as with a bald fade, for instance. So remember to use those corners. This is a super important key to keep that fade where you want it to be. Now after my 000 blade, my 000, I'm gonna move on to my OA, and same exact technique, going up and knocking out that guideline that I created with the 000 blade. I still have my clipper flush to the head, and as I get to the top, I'd have a small flick away because I really don't want to create another hard guideline, and so I'm just kind of tapering it out. Now I can take my 1 blade, and as you can see, I'm just moving up the ladder of blades, blade by blade, and following the same exact technique, blending out the extra weight I created from the previous blade. Now at this point, I'm at my 1A. My 1.5 is going to be my last blade that I use before I blend it into the top. And so I'm really just trying to focus on getting any of that extra weight out of the hair that I can see with the 1A. And now my 1.5, the final blade I'm going to use to blend this haircut, blend this taper into the top of the hair. And so you can see I'm keeping the same exact technique. I'm just going straight up into the top. Any weight you see, use your corners, knock out any of that extra weight that you see. And you can always go back down to your smaller blades if you need to as well. So with my wall detailers, I'm just going to go in and do a little cleanup work, make this taper stand out a little more by balding out a little better than what my 5/0 did. So now I'm back to the left side of my head. Same exact steps, starting out with the 5/0, and going in, balling it out, moving up to my 3, taking out that guideline, keeping the clippers flush to the head, using my corners. Same exact technique we just did on the other side of the head. Now, for me, when it comes to detachable blades, I really don't mind fading with them. A lot of times, I'll go back in with my adjustable clippers, such as my Masters or my Wall Seniors, and I'll do any cleanup work in between. I guess it really just depends on the client. I get some clients to where the blades won't fully blend out the guideline, so I have to take my Master or something and go back in and fully blend that guideline out. And I have other clients that I can take the blades straight to their head and move up the ladder of blades and completely blend out that whole fade. So I guess when it really comes down to it, it's up to you as a barber to figure out what works best for you. There's a lot of barbers out there that only use detachable blades and they're totally against guards. And there's a lot of barbers also that are the other way, that are pro guards. And sometimes when you're blending against waves, it can be really difficult. And sometimes those waves create dark spots that are really hard to blend out. So my suggestion is to just use the corners. I've had the best of luck just using the corners of my blades going in and basically individually going on each wave and flicking out on that. So after you finish both sides of the head, now you can go to the back and start to taper out the back of the head. And really it's the same exact steps. The thing that's the most difficult is that the hair tends to change direction on people's necklines a lot of the times. Sometimes it will grow forward or sideways. And so you really just have to figure out which way the hair is growing as you do anytime you're cutting hair, no matter where you're at on the head, and just go against the grain of it. So now that we finished tapering our haircut out, we can go ahead and get to our lineup portion. So for the first thing in the back, you want to comb the hair down towards the hairline. That's anytime you're doing a lineup. You always want to comb or brush the hair towards the hairline. And really, that's just super important for the fact that anytime your client gets up out of the chair, the hairline may look fresh, but if you didn't fully comb or brush it out towards the hairline and get all those hairs, when they get home and they brush their hair and those extra hairs come in front of the hairline, the haircut will no longer look fresh. So you need to make sure that you comb the hair out fully past the hairline. And now we get around to the front, and obviously we all know this is the most important part of the haircut. And for your line to stick out, you want to really make sure you have a nice smooth cut on top. I know some techniques people use are taking your shears and trimming the front of the hairline. Other people will take a guard smaller or half a size smaller than what they used on the top and just kind of graze over the front of the hairline just to get that hair to lay down so you can get a nice crispy line up. And as always, you guys heard me say before, just make sure you stay on a natural hairline. You don't want to really push the client's hairline back. And you just want to try to get it as even and as crispy as you possibly can. And my technique for doing lineups are, I like to start from the middle. I like to work my way to the client's left side, which would be my right side. And then after I finish that side, I like to come back from the middle again and then work my way to my left side, which is the client's right side. So that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helped you guys learn how to cut hair or how to fade hair with detachable clipper blades. I also have my bald fade video on how to bald fade with detachable blades. If you guys haven't checked that one out, get over and check it out. But hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Guards versus blades. What side are you on? Me personally, I still prefer guards, but I will use the blades for certain cuts. But this has been AD the Barber. Appreciate you guys watching. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Got more great tutorials every Tuesday, Sunday, and Thursday. I'm out.